At Volterra, we do a lot of interior and sometimes exterior faux wood beam trusses. We also do them out of real wood box beams. There's a sample of one here. We do many styles. What we show online, I think we have eight or 10 examples of trusses. Most of what we do is some version of that. This is one of our trusses, pretty elaborate. What I want to show today is how the cabling kit works and somewhat how they're assembled. So what we have here is a couple of our king posts, which is this piece here. These are queens. If there was another vertical member out here, it would be called a jack. So usually what we do inside the king post is we're going to run a cable inside that attaches down to the bottom of the king, and it will need to have screw into structural blocking above, which is somewhat what we show here. This is just flat. This represents what's going on. There's an eyelet screwed into structural blocking above. There's a clevis and yoke cable, another clevis and yoke turnbuckle kit, and on the inside here, there's a threaded bolt here that goes into, we put a large washer with a long threaded nut. So the pull strength on this is around 700 pounds. And on a truss, say, and that's what we're showing here, is this is a job going out with one of this piece here that has some arch pieces. A little bit different than the truss I showed down there. But I believe it is a total of a 26-foot span. And that's usually where these trusses are gonna go in a great room, 20, maybe 30 feet. We've done up to 40-foot trusses. And that's how the king post will work. Sometimes, if depending on the design, you might have a cabling kit that goes on the inside of the queens also. So in this particular job, this is just a sample here, but this is actually a piece going to the job. We show some plywood. And what we're gonna do, that plywood's there, so one of the bottom cords is going to come across like on that truss down there. You'd put we'd supply this hanger, and we supply the LVL material, which is it's a structural plywood beam that would sit inside the hanger, and it's just enough structural support to support itself. And you know, the 20-foot truss, this piece here, the weight on this might be, you know, a couple hundred pounds maybe at most. And everything's going to come a little bit long. Obviously this is a finish in, but with Volterra, all our beams are going to come a little bit long, and the carpenter or the installer is going to trim it a bit. The cabling kit is a package, it's not assembled. We supply enough cable, so you have the correct lengths, and then there's all the components here that create the version that I show inside that sample. We offer our different Finial Lens in 3 different options. There's this one here, which is called the Acorn. And we have them in 6x6 and 8" by 8" versions. We do either chamfered in or an extended chamfered in, which looks like that. This piece would fit inside the beam. Beam comes down. This is a 6x6. These other 2 are 8x8s. And this one here that's going to the job is what we call the Classic. Just a nice, they're all square, but this has a rounded in there. We offer 5 different textures that we do here at Volterra in custom beams, but the Finial Lens is really only the duck fir, which works well with most of the different textures, but obviously works great with the sandblast texture, duck fir texture. But we do a lot of hand-hewn trusses also, and we would just this end is not going to be a hand-hewn piece. It's going to be a texture that you see here.